Have you ever found a beautiful old piece of wood? Something with real character, but it's buried under layers of ugly, stubborn paint? You know the struggle. Well, get ready, because the way we do restoration is about to change. Big time. Let's dive in.
For years, what was the first thing we reached for? Toxic chemicals. You'd have to glove up, put on a mask, slather on this gooey, smelly paste, and then just wait. All while breathing in nasty fumes and creating hazardous waste you have to figure out how to get rid of. And if you dodge the chemicals, you are staring down the barrel of endless sanding. Just hours and hours of arm-numbing, back-breaking work. You're creating clouds of dust that get into everything. And after all that, you might still end up with a surface that isn't even truly clean. But here's the real kicker. The biggest fear with both of those old methods, you can actually ruin the very thing you're trying to save. Right? Chemicals can soak in and stain the wood, and sanding literally grinds away the surface, erasing delicate carvings, rounding sharp edges, and destroying that beautiful wood grain forever.
It's a question anyone who's ever done this work has screamed into a cloud of dust. There has to be a better way, a smarter way, a way that doesn't feel like you're going to war with a piece of furniture. Well, the good news? There is.
And that better way is lasers. Seriously, this isn't some far-off science fiction concept anymore. It's here, and it's completely changing the game of paint removal. It turns a messy, destructive chore into something clean, precise, and honestly, pretty futuristic. So, how in the world does this work? It's actually pretty brilliant. Imagine a beam of light that's so focused, it only interacts with a paint layer. It doesn't grind or scrape. Instead, it instantly heats up the paint particles and vaporizes them. Poof! Lifting them right off the surface without ever physically touching the wood underneath. It's the definition of a no-contact sport. You can really boil the whole process down to just 3 super simple steps. You aim the beam, the paint disappears in a flash of light, and the gorgeous original wood is revealed underneath. That's it. No goop, no scraping, no giant dust clouds. Just a perfectly clean surface ready for a new life.
All right, so we get the basic idea. But let's get into the why. Why is this such a huge leap forward? Let's look at the actual measurable advantages, because this isn't just a small improvement, it's a total overhaul.
First off, speed. And this chart says it all, doesn't it? We're talking about stripping paint 3 to 5 times faster than traditional sanding. Just think about that. A project that used to eat up your entire weekend could now be done in a single afternoon. That's a massive reduction in labor time.
And it's not just fast, it's thorough. This number, over 99%, is the amount of paint it removes in a single pass. And because it's light, it gets into every tiny nook, cranny, and wood grain detail that sandpaper could never hope to reach. The result is a level of clean you just can't get any other way.
I mean, this table really lays it all out, clear as day. Look at the precision row. Lasers preserve the wood grain, while the other methods either stain it or literally remove it. Then jump down to environment. You go from hazardous waste and dust pollution to almost zero chemical waste. It is just a hands-down win across the board. Safety, cleanup, you name it. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's cool for a specific type of project, but the versatility of this tech is pretty mind-blowing. It's already being trusted in some of the most sensitive and demanding industries on the planet. Just think about the range here. It is gentle and precise enough to restore a priceless antique chair or to conserve the delicate woodwork on a historical building. At the same time, it's powerful and efficient enough for heavy-duty industrial machinery and even to strip paint off of high-tech aircraft. That's proof right there of how reliable and adaptable this technology is. Okay, this all sounds amazing, I know. Which usually leads to the one big question that's probably floating in your head right now. What's the catch? What does this actually cost? So let's talk about the investment.
And let's just be real about it. Yes, a professional laser system has a higher upfront cost than walking into a hardware store and buying a sander and a can of chemicals. Of course it does, but the sticker price is only one tiny part of the cost story.
When you zoom out and look at the cost over time, the entire picture flips. With the old ways, you are constantly bleeding money, buying more chemicals, more sandpaper, more brushes, and paying fees to dispose of the hazardous gunk. With a laser system, your only real consumable is electricity. These machines are built like tanks, designed to last 10, even 15 years, with very little maintenance.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from the research sums it up perfectly.
That initial investment starts paying for itself almost immediately through pure speed, efficiency, and the fact that you stop buying all those disposable supplies. It's not an expense, it's a long-term strategy.
So the real question isn't about the cost. The real question is, are you ready to shift your focus? This technology lets you finally stop fighting with the worst part of restoration and jump straight to the fun part, the creative part, the part where you bring something beautiful back to life. It's more than just a new tool, it's a whole new way to think about your work.